Paris, city of lights, love, and landfills. Ah, Paris. The name conjures images of romantic strolls along the Seine, buttery croissants melting in your mouth, and the Eiffel Tower twinkling under a starlit sky. It's the city of love, the city of lights, the city that also might just break your nose with the stench of overflowing garbage. Hold on, stick with me here. We're sold a fantasy, folks. Movies, books, Instagram influencers with perfectly filtered lives. They all whisper sweet nothings about Paris being a dream. And don't get me wrong, it can be. The city has its undeniable charm and allure. But like that friend who posts carefully curated photos while their apartment's a disaster zone, Paris has a dirty little secret. The garbage situation in Paris is, to put it mildly, a bit of a mess. The streets, often romanticized in media, are sometimes littered with trash. Recent strikes haven't helped, but let's be honest, it's been a simmering dumpster fire, pun intended, for a while. Piles of refuse greet you like unwelcome guests on street corners. The aroma? Let's just say it's not the kind you'll want to bottle up and take home. Yet amidst the trash, the city still holds its magic. The art, the history, the culture, they all shine through. So, while Paris may have its flaws, it's still a city that captures hearts and imaginations. Just remember, every rose has its thorns and every city has its landfills. The Parisian perfume, not always Chanel No. 5. Paris, the city of romance, art, and of course, iconic fragrances. Now, before you grab your pitchforks and accuse me of being anti-Paris, full disclosure, I own a beret, let me clarify. This isn't about bashing the city of lights. It's about seeing the city for what it truly is, beyond the glossy postcards and Instagram filters. It's about managing expectations. Because let's face it, no relationship thrives on illusions, especially not one with a city. Paris is beautiful, but it's also real. The garbage situation is just the tip of the baguette, my friends. The city has its gritty side, just like any other metropolis. Paris, like any major tourist hub, has its fair share of, shall we say, challenges. From crowded streets to long lines, it's all part of the experience. Be prepared to shell out some serious euros, because those croissants don't pay for themselves. And neither do the coffees, the souvenirs, or the museum tickets. And speaking of shelling out, watch your wallets. Pickpockets are a real concern, so keep your belongings close. Pickpockets are as common as pigeons, and twice as persistent. They blend into the crowd, waiting for the perfect moment. Crowds are another Parisian speciality. Whether you're at the Eiffel Tower or a quaint cafe, expect to be surrounded. You'll be rubbing shoulders with tourists from every corner of the globe, all vying for that perfect selfie with Mona Lisa. It's a melting pot of cultures and experiences. Speaking of which, be prepared to queue. A lot. Patience is key, but the wait is often worth it for the treasures that await inside. Beyond the baguettes, navigating the tourist traps. Listen, I get it. You've dreamt of gazing upon the Mona Lisa, scaling the Eiffel Tower, and channeling your inner Audrey Hepburn on the Champs-Élysées, and you absolutely should. These landmarks are iconic for a reason. They are the heartbeats of Paris, drawing millions of visitors each year. But be savvy about it. Do your research. Plan your visits during off-peak hours to avoid the crowds. Venture beyond the tourist traps. The true essence of Paris lies in its hidden corners. Discover hidden cafes tucked away in charming alleyways. These spots offer a more authentic Parisian experience. Unearth local markets bursting with fresh produce and regional delicacies. These markets are a feast for the senses. Engage with the locals, even if it's just a butchered attempt at bonjour. Trust me, they'll appreciate the effort. A simple greeting can open doors to memorable interactions. Because here's the thing, Paris rewards the curious. It's a city that loves to be explored. It reveals its true magic to those willing to look beyond the surface, to wander off the beaten path, to embrace the good with the bad, the fragrant with the foul. This is the real Paris, a city of contrasts and endless discoveries. But wait, there's brilliance beneath the surface, because beneath the layers of tourist traps and, yes, even the occasional whiff of garbage, lies a city brimming with unparalleled beauty, culture, and history. Museums overflowing with masterpieces, charming bookstores piled high with literary treasures, and a culinary scene that will make your taste buds sing. Paris has it all. Lose yourself in the halls of the Louvre, marvel at the stained glass splendor of Notre Dame, wander through the bohemian streets of Montmartre. This is the Paris of artists and poets, of revolutionaries and dreamers. This is the Paris that captures hearts and inspires souls. Love it or hate it? Just kidding, you'll probably love it. So should you visit Paris? That, my friends, is a question only you can answer. It's not a perfect city, but then again, what is? It's a city of contrasts, of contradictions, of undeniable charm. Come with an open mind, a sense of adventure, and maybe some nose plugs, just in case. Embrace the good, the bad, and the downright smelly. because in the end, your experience of Paris will be uniquely your own. And who knows, you might just fall head over heels for the city, garbage and all. One last thing before you book that flight. Did you enjoy this hilarious and insightful journey through the streets of Paris? Of course you did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Who needs travel brochures when you have me, your trusty guide to the real Paris?